Welcome back, guys. I know it is all nice and okay when you want to start a website, but we need some basic things. You need to prepare some basic things. One of the basic things you need to prepare is you need to prepare your logo material, you need to prepare your logo, your favicon, you need to prepare your brand color. So you need to do basic design work. And to do that as a web designer is a different ball game. All you have to do, I'll show you a very simple tool to use. It's very popular. You might have known how to use it already. So the tool I will introduce it to is Canva. So you can use Canva to create all these. You can use it to create your brand materials, from your brand color to what your brand will be like. So you can create all that. So what I'm trying to create now, I'm trying to create a basic website, and it's going to be about a piece kind of initiative. So what I'm going to do now is to try to create a custom size logo, create the brand color, create everything needed to be created, and we can proceed. So I could say logo. You could just search for logo on Canva just to create a logo. So you're going to see different logo. You're going to see the templates. You're going to see what you could use right here. So you could create logos from any of these templates, and it's going to make a whole lot of sense. And here we have this. So I'm going to try to tweak this to something I can use, though I have a logo for the project already, but I'm just showing you how you could create these things easily. So what you need now is a logo, a fav icon, and a brand color, just basic branding, and you could use Canva to do that. So I want to name this a voice of peace, and all I have to do now, I want to delete this. I'll delete this. I'll come to my elements right here in right here on Canva. I'm going to come to my elements. I'm going to look for something like voice. So let me look for an element voice. So I'll come to my graphics to look for that. So let's see what I could see right here. And I could just use something like this. Yes. So something like this could easily come in. So we have something like this as the logo, and we're going to name this voice. So this will be voice. Yes, and it's going to be voice of peace. So I'm going to say voice of peace. So here we have something like this, and let's see what it's going to look like. So I just creating a basic brand presence for this. So we're going to say voice of peace. So let's see if that makes a whole lot of sense. It does. So let me just make this off. Yes. So we're going to make this off. So it's going to be voice of peace. Or we could easily use this same, we could easily use the same one. We could say voice of and the letters. So you could just easily, if you don't know anything about Canva, I have a course on how to use Canva. Of course, you wish you would need, if you don't know anything about Canva just yet, but if you do, you don't need to bother yourself, so you are good to go. So here we have voice of, and you see your spacing, your letter spacing is 800, so I could reduce the spacing here. I could say the spacing should be like this, and this will be voice of, and the last two will be peace. So let's type peace. So this will be peace, and yes, we could easily use all this. So I could just make this smaller, and this could come somewhere here. So we could just make it a whole lot like this. It could be something like this. So it's going to be voice of peace, and I could reduce the size of this. So let's see what we have right now. So we're having something like this as the brand logo and brand presence. So I could leave it at black. I could decide to not make it black, but right now let's leave it at black. So our brand color will be black, and everything about it is just black, 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 black. Yeah. So this way we've created a basic like logo material for this. So I'm just going to name it voice of peace. For now, I'm going to name it voice of peace, and right now we are going to just download it from Canva. So I'm going to download it as a PNG file. So that is basic. You have to download it as a PNG file, and I can transparent the background if I want to, but I'm going to just download it like this. So it's going to be like this. So I'm going to just download it right away, and that way I have a logo material. which serves as a brand color. We know that the brand color will now be black and white, and we could easily get all those details here. So just take note of that. And this way, we've created our logo material, and this is what we're going to use to build our website. As you could see, this is the logo being downloaded, and this is what it looks like. So if you don't know how to use Canva just yet, if you don't know how to go about using Canva, let me show you a course of mine you could take to learn how to design logos, how to create like design materials as a web designer. So just type beloved Adejigbe on Google. You could type my name easily, beloved Adejigbe on Google, and having to type my name, you would see my instructors page. But don't let us do all that. Let me just show you my personal website. So come to beloved Adejigbe Tech Instructor. So you come this way. I will just show you my personal website where you could get all this. So you come to my website. So this is my personal website. Just come to my personal website right here, and come to my personal website, you'll see your resources, you'll see your academy. So come to the academy section of the website, and having to come to the academic section of the website, you're going to see me, everything about talking to me. So you could talk to me privately if you want to. Then right here you could see your complete web design course with WordPress for beginners. If you really want to know more about WordPress from the very beginning and the whole entirety of WordPress, you could take this course. But this particular course is for graphic design, so you could learn graphic design with this. All you have to do is click on enroll now to enroll for this course, or you come to this. So you could take these two courses to learn branding and how to use Canva. So this says content creation, make money with Canva and generative AI. So you enroll to this, or you enroll to this to learn more about branding. But this way, we've created a simple branding material for this particular website project we want to create. I hope to see you in the next lesson as we proceed. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.